All righty, we have lots of goodies today, all kinds of goodies for you health heroes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be doing some fun stuff today. Not only are we going to be cooking some easy, cheesy vegan mac, but we're going to help you be a health hero for your loved ones. That means we're going to talk about it, the crack era. Like y'all would look at these noodles, these ramen noodles, and you would probably say, crack? What? Look, sugar is what we're talking about today. So I've got two different packs of ramen noodles. These are both like uh, really supposedly not just high end, but I guess they are supposed to be better. I'll say that. So thank you so much, G. Albert, for saying have a great show. Don't load up on the sugar-free coated okra treats. Y'all know in this episode, it's just 30 minutes long. We do give you a Nutriville Chronicle video. So that way we do have a quick Nutriville Chronicle episode today regarding okra. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. And of course, we got Share with Love TV, our favorite Nigerian in the house. So that means we've got to talk about the okra because this easy, cheesy vegan mac will include okra. Absolutely. You know what? The other part is that we've got to do our super clap sign off at the very end, but we have a giveaway. Every episode we have a giveaway. So be sure to put in hashtag health heroes. So that way you can be deemed the number one health hero. You can be like Lashes Journey. She probably eats more fruits and vegetables than anyone I know. It's amazing. The way that she gets it in, she's pretty much a health hero every day and a superfood parent because she's raising her children. The amazing MNG is in Jamaica doing the same thing. Lashes Journey is Jamaican. The amazing MNG is Jamaican, and they're all doing their thing, getting in those whole foods. So let's get into it because again, it's just a 30-minute show. We do have to say something good about our sponsors because we've got so many things in here today. So I say I get to cooking first. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit about this crack stuff. If any of you are familiar with crack being related to sugar being as addictive as crack or more, let me know in the chat. What's your info on this? Do you know anything about that? What do you know about, sugar and its crack-like properties? I'll just say that. So let's talk about it. And meanwhile, I am going to show you all today a quick snack, one that we eat in our home, and it does involve some sugar, but we're also talking about some of the added sugar. Okay. And so let's see what you all know. And I'm not trying to ask if y'all have if y'all have been doing any extracurricular activities, but hey, we got Urban Gardening Chronicles, another Jamaican. Oh my goodness, I'm Jamaican, Mon. I'm Jamaican today, I guess. We do have Bravo in the chat, Bravo with Sheila Network. So thank you, Sheila, for being here. Let's get into it. I'm going to start by chopping up some garlic. I'm going to go ahead and start with the macaroni because this macaroni, I've already cooked my noodles, and these noodles these are just Walmart noodles, right? And these noodles only have semolina, which is wheat, and iron. They've fortified it with iron and riboflavin and folic acid. Those are the three ingredients. There's no sugar. So this is where some people will say, oh, if I got to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, I don't eat pasta, I don't eat rice. You can't. This just has a few ingredients. But what you really want to do is load up on the veggies. That's how you make this a more healthful ingredient because all the Jamaicans are coming through. Rambo, hey there. So good to see you. Thanks for being here. We're talking about right now I'm making this easy, cheesy vegan mac because we're trying to figure out, is crack like sugar? So we can choose two different types of noodles for this particular dish. I'm choosing just a cheap old elbow macaroni from Walmart because really all of the major brands, whether it's Berea or the store brand, they all pretty much only have wheat and water and a few fortified nutrients in them. This particular packet, this small little pack of ramen, this on the front, it says it's a garlic pepper ramen, but there are so many ingredients in this one. This one has a lot of ingredients too, but this one does have organic wheat flour and sea salt. That's what's in the noodles, but it's the soup packet where the sugar comes in. And that's sea salt, Chinese mushroom powder, onion and garlic powder, sugar, just straight up sugar, garlic, chili pepper, ginger, black pepper, black sesame seed, green onion, kombu powder. So with all of those good nutrients, there's still sugar in here. And y'all know they've done studies on rats, even on people, where they look at your brain, they look at the rat's brain, and when they give them sugar, there's an opioid effect, meaning it's like the same effect as if you're on drugs. So is sugar like crack? Look, Rambo is telling y'all, crack is less addictive than sugar. I'm not saying we're not promoting that you do one or the other. What we're saying is make better choices out here, y'all. Okay, this is another one that said it was, there were no animal products in it. It says vegan on the top, so I bought it. But the ingredients list is so long. Right here, this whole section is ingredients. One thing that I usually try to do is eat food with the least amount of ingredients. This was before I stopped eating animals, just because I knew it was healthier. Because in here, there's not only high fructose corn syrup. I think earlier I saw another sugar in here. Yellow corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, yellow corn syrup. I thought there was another one, because fructose is often another way that they hide sugar. So instead of saying just sugar, they'll say fructose. Okay. So today, this is what's going into the macaroni. I've got an onion. I've got some garlic, because they pretty much go together. Whenever I cook vegetables in my dishes, I almost always have onion and garlic together. I got a little bit of cabbage left, and I've got some carrots. So I'm just going to peel these carrots. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and chop up these veggies and get them into the pot here, because I do have my other camera, as you all can see right over there on the side. We do have our other camera. So let's see what Rambo is saying while we chop up the garlic. I try to chop my garlic first, because of course it has those beneficial nutrients in it that you can smell. When you start smelling that fragrance, really fragrant smell from the garlic, that's the allicin. That's the allicin in it. And that's one of the beneficial properties of garlic that's helping our blood vessels to stay open, reducing our blood pressure and all of that. Rambo is saying sugar is worse because our bodies turn everything we eat into sugar. Absolutely. Y'all know when you listen to Dr. Bobby Price, he talks about that, right? He breaks it down for you. Even the heart doctors, y'all know I'm always talking about Dr. Baxter Montgomery. He's a personal friend of ours. I've met him several times. And so, yes, Dr. Baxter Montgomery, they all talk about that, how everything that we eat, our body turns it into sugar. And if the energy is not used, it is stored as fat. Absolutely. So thank you for saying that. Hey, we got our favorite Cameroonian. We've got Coach Mary Ma in here. So thanks for being here. Everybody, thank you for being in here. Thank you for putting in hashtag Health Heroes, because you know we've got to give away our Faves 100 hero status, our honorary Faves 100 hero status, right? Of course, when we say Faves 100, faves are fruits and vegetables every spread, and you want to get in at least 100 points of fruits and vegetables every day, or as close to it as you can. So if each fruit and vegetable counts for 5 points, then in this macaroni that we're making, we're trying to put it, the least amount of sugar, right? So we've got garlic. That's going to give us 5 points. The onions is going to give us another 5 points. The carrots, 5 points. The cabbage, 5 points. A lot of times I'll put in yellow squash or butternut squash, any yellow and white vegetable. That's what goes in here. Now, speaking of fat, because of course, Rambo mentioned the fat. Hey there, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick. Good to see you. Speaking of fat, when you get your food from the garden, there's no fat. So, the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick, she's getting a lot of food from her garden. So is Urban Gardening Chronicles, Lashes Journey, Rambo Green Hands. They're showing you how to manage those foods in the garden. There's really minimal fat. There's a small amount in there. Y'all know what? I did not get my garbage bag. Let me get my bag for my food scraps. So Nikki is eating avocado, and tomatoes on garlic bread toast. So that's 5 points for the avocado, 5 points for the tomatoes, and she's already added it up herself. She's got 10 points for today. What are those black vegetables with those? Rambo says, what the black vegetables with all those extra antioxidants? What do you mean by the black vegetables with all those antioxidants? Because I know you're right. With any vegetable, they're going to have antioxidants, right? Any fruit and vegetable. And you know why we say fruit and vegetable? Because they're both pretty much the same thing. You know, a tomato is a fruit by classification. So is okra. Remember, we're adding okra in here today to our macaroni. And all of these things are fruits. Of course, some of them are categorized as vegetables, but all of those were just categories. I'm just going to give these a rough chop, by the way, because I'm going to parade them once they cook down. So all of those foods were categorized as fruits or vegetables for shipping and tax purposes. But fruits and vegetables, look, if it grows out of the ground, you can best believe it has a lot of antioxidants and fiber. And those are your healing modalities to help you level up with your health. That's how I was able to get Corey off of his blood pressure medication. Speaking of Corey, I will be talking about that if you all are interested tomorrow night on the channel, Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. I'll put a community post up so that way you all can know when you can get the skinny on what's going on. Because y'all are always asking, where's Corey? Where's Corey? Rambo is saying watermelon and plantain. And Nikki, you know, I was wondering that too. Did Rambo mean plantain when he said the black vegetables? Excuse me, did he mean eggplant? I like eggplant. And you know, eggplant is another popular food that I will often add to my macaroni. The inside of it, it looks white when you cut it, but then it turns green. So it's interesting, right? So let's get back to the topic. I've got the garlic in there. I'm going to chop up this onion. I'm going to put a little bit of water and I'm going to just let those saute down. Is sugar like crack? What do you all know about the studies? Have you seen any studies? Are you familiar with this, that sugar is addictive? And one of the main ways that we get it is in our ultra processed foods. So anything that's processed or ultra processed, for example, if you're eating a tomato, that's just a whole food. If you turn that tomato into ketchup, if you turn that tomato into any sort of sauce, then it's processed. And it may be ultra processed, like a ketchup would be ultra processed because you can't even recognize it anymore. If it's salsa, that would be processed because it has been changed, but it's not ultra processed where there's been all these additives and all these different things happening with it. So we're just going to rough chop our onion and put that in the pan. And remember, we're sauteing these all with a splash of water. Christiana, can you bring me the liquid aminos, please? Thank you. So liquid aminos, I'm going to use those as the salt here to season this up. And let's see what you all are saying in the chat. Rambo is saying, dark vegetables and fruit come with extra stuff. Absolutely. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice, right? But also the darker the berry, the sweeter the nutrients, like the darker the food. So Rambo is saying dark vegetables and fruit come with extra stuff. So eat lots of colors in fruit and vegetables and eat from all over the world. It's ours to eat. Absolutely. So that's another good way to look at it. You know, when you think about it, you just have to say, okay, I'm going to eat the rainbow, as they say, but why are you eating the rainbow? Because the phytonutrients in the different foods are different. So you get vitamin A and carotene in carrots or any orange vegetable, you'll find some of those same properties. So like butternut squash or pumpkin, those orange foods. Of course, the green foods you have, especially those leafy greens, right? Rambo, thank you. Rambo says, I love some okra. Absolutely. So I can't remember if okra has calcium in it. I can't remember the specific nutrients, but that's the nice thing. When you're eating the rainbow, you don't have to like count calories. You don't have to worry about, am I feeding my loved ones? Am I being a superfood parent? How am I feeding nope, you don't have to worry about it. You just know that you're already doing great when you actually are consuming whole foods. Let's say if you're a vegetarian, like David Hunt, he's a vegetarian, so he tries to eat a lot of whole foods. But if David and Michelle are over there eating processed and ultra processed foods, you can best believe that's where the sugar is hiding. The sugar is in the processing. It's sort of like a preservative. They know that it appeals to people's palate, and that sugar in most things is what makes you come back for more. So last night, I'm going to show you all this. I hope you did bring your plate, David. Rambo's asking you because we're putting okra into this macaroni today. I know, okra, macaroni, what? So I'm going to show you all this sour cream. This is a non-dairy sour cream, and it actually has a great sour cream flavor. I'm going to rough chop these carrots so I can add them to the pot. And then once I get the pot on, these are just going to saute down. I will puree them and we'll add the cheese. That's where the fat is going to come from in this dish. I'm using some of the processed cheeses like this sour cream here. It already has some fat in it. A lot of the non-dairy cheeses, they have a lot of oil, sometimes coconut oil. It depends on what you're doing or what you're using. So like Follow Your Heart brand, I'm going to use this one today. Let's see if this has any sugar. It does have a lot of oil. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Uh-oh, we've got folks calling the studio. It's busy here. Oh, thank you so much. Lashes Journey says this is going to be good. And you know what? Like Rambo is saying, okra helps to regulate sugar in the body. Absolutely. So you have all of those benefits, and it slows down your digestion of those carbs. So you'll have people say, "Oh no, I can't eat the carbs." Yes, you actually can eat all the carbs you like, because look, they're oh, it's okay, Lashes Journey. Thank you for being in the bushes. And so we're doing this part for David Hunt, the okra, because again, like Rambo just said, it regulates the sugar. It helps so that you're not, you're digesting. Look at that cheese, y'all. I'm just showing you how this is the smoked Gouda that I'm going to put in there. It's cheesy. It reminds me of the dairy-based Gouda I used to eat. But yes, don't worry about the carbs. You balance that out with the vegetables. So I may or may not add sour cream in there today. And I'm going to go ahead and chop up this last bit of cabbage. I'll put that in there too. Because again, any yellow or white vegetable will help your cheese sauce to get creamy. Oh, you know what? Christiana, actually, I left the okra in the freezer. David, this was just for you. We can't, you know what? We can't not put the okra in there. It's just for you, David. And we're not going to put much, but remember, okra, that quote unquote slime you don't like, it really provides. Can you get me the okra out of the freezer, Christiana? The okra really provides that creaminess. Okay. So as much as you don't like it, David, it does provide that creaminess. All right. So let's finish up this conversation. Is sugar like crack? Absolutely. We've already had a few people talk about it. Rambo Green Hands has been wonderful. If you're watching on the replay, add to the conversation. Let us know, what you know about sugar. And I'm just going to show you this food really quickly, so that way you can see that it's not even a lot of vegetables, y'all. This is a big pan though, but it's at the very bottom is what this is. Thank you for the frozen okra. So I'm going to add this okra a little bit later. I'll just put it right there in the, why can't I get it in the bag? In the bag for now. I will add a little bit of liquid aminos, because remember, this does not have a lot of salt, sodium, I should say. It does have a very salty flavor, that umami flavor, but I don't know if you can see that, but the sodium here, the serving size is 1 teaspoon at the top. It says that serving size is 1 teaspoon. And then the sodium here is 310 milligrams in that teaspoon. So I'm just going to put in a couple of teaspoons. There we go. And that will flavor the vegetables a little bit. I'm going to put the lid on. These are on high, so they will wilt down pretty quickly. And I'm also going to puree them. Then we just add the cheese and we add the noodles. I've pre-cooked the noodles, so that will make this really easy. I did see one person put in hashtag health heroes. So if you all can put that in, we'll do our giveaway. And I'm going to get into one of our treats that we make here at home. So that way, if you're trying to figure out, but I love sugar, we all do, but you can also have natural sugars like the sugar that comes in fruits. So go ahead and put in hashtag health heroes. Thank you, Rambo, for encouraging folks to keep planting. And don't worry, David, the okra is not staying in the freezer today. Crack is a lightweight compared to sugar. Isn't that something? A lightweight. And y'all remember what people were doing when they were on crack in the 90s and the 2000s, stealing from their own mama, right? But it's a lightweight. Yes. Yep. Good encouragement, Lashes. And you know what? Lashes says she loves using that liquid aminos on her food. Anybody can use this. I don't know that they use it in stores so much. They probably just throw the salt in because salt is cheaper. Whereas this is a healthier version. But you can use coconut aminos if you don't want this because it is a soy product. And some people don't like soy. Most soy is grown, corn and soy, 80% is grown for animals. Then that's a GMO soy. The soy that's typically grown for human consumption is non-GMO. I try to get organic for that reason because if it's organic, it's going to typically be non-GMO, but that's not always the case. Rambo says, David, just add the world's hydrated fruit to that water, which is cucumber. See, so when you're getting in your water, you can infuse fruits. The nutrients from your fruits will get into the water. So like Rambo is saying, put in some cucumber. You can also put in lemon, all that good things. Thank you so much, Bravo, with Sheila. She has hashtag health heroes in there. David Hunt is saying, I feel like people are ganging up on me. We are not ganging up on you, but thank you for putting in hashtag health heroes. So Nikki has it in there. She's not ganging up on you. And Coach Mary Ma says, we're just trying to get you to enjoy, this is for you, David, some tasty, healthy okra. Absolutely, right? Y'all know David is a vocalist. Think about how much better David could sing and play the piano if he included okra into his macaroni the way we're doing today. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you all, speaking of okra, I am going to share with you all today's Health Heroes Chronicle because it is involving the nutrients of okra. It tells you about the health benefits of okra. When we come back, we'll do the giveaway and I'll show you guys this quick treat. It's a simple trail mix with craisins, chocolate chip, and whatever nuts and seeds that you have. So I'll go ahead and play this video just for David Hunt because, you know, he is still trying to figure out how to incorporate the most amount of okra in his life. I'm sure that's what he's doing. So let's go ahead and help him, right? Why not? Let's do it. You know what? I'm talking all this trash about okra, David. I hope I can find your okra video because I got it.
Once upon a time, in a vibrant kitchen filled with love, superfood parents embarked on an epic faith adventure. Guided by their mission to nourish their loved ones with care, they faced a dilemma surrounding the humble okra. Armed with wisdom, they sought out small, tender pods, hand-picking the finest selection. Mindful of their family's well-being, they washed and dried the okra, preparing it for its transformative journey. With their superfood powers, they harnessed the forces of high heat and minimal moisture, unlocking the key to perfect texture. Roasting and grilling became their mighty weapons, infusing the okra with a flavorful essence that would captivate their loved ones' taste buds. Yet, a challenge still lay ahead: the slime. Undeterred, the superfood parents called upon their allies, the acidic heroes known as tomatoes. Together, they joined forces to reduce the slime. In the end, a triumph was achieved, a dish that embraced the principles of faith and celebrated the heroic efforts of superfood parents. With each bite, their loved ones were nourished and cared for. Dear superfood parents, remember this tale as you embark on your culinary journeys. Let the spirit of faith guide you, and with your love and care, create nourishing meals.
All right, y'all. I just added a little splash of, I was going to say okra. I just added sorry, Anania. I hope you like okra because we're teasing David about this okra, but okra is going into this macaroni. So let's go ahead and toss that in there as well. I wanted you all to see that I'm just going to put a little bit. So when I say a little bit, that means that it's just a little bit. It really is like just a little bit. And so for this particular meal, the okra is going to give the macaroni a creamy texture, okay? So that's why we're putting it in there. Let me make sure the steam goes away from the camera. And then I'll toss in about a cup of okra. because we don't want our cheese sauce to be green. So that's the other thing. That's another reason why we don't put in too much. So we don't want it to be green. That's why we're adding in. Let me put this somewhere where it won't fall. There we go. And I'm going to put the lid back on this because those vegetables are getting softer. I'll stir them up a little bit. And y'all know this is a stainless steel pan, but it looks like a non-stick pan, but things will stick. And I just use aluminum foil to clean it, like to scrape it out. You know how you get those scrubbies uh, or the steel wool? Instead of doing that, when I have aluminum foil that I've used, I just ball up a piece and scrub the pan with it. That's how I keep it clean. But I can use a metal spoon. I typically, so that I'm not too loud for you all, I typically will use a wooden spoon or a plastic spoon. So let's see what you all are saying because we're almost done with this show. And guess who's here? I'll be on her show tomorrow, y'all, telling y'all the skinny on what's going on with Corey. She says, "Can you be my personal chef?" Black girls getting their shift together. No. I can be your personal coach. So thank you for putting in hashtag health heroes because it's about that time that we do our giveaway. I don't even think I set it up. Let me put it in here. All you have to do if you have StreamYard, uh, go to streamyard.com/giveaway and you choose. It's so simple, you all, for this giveaway. You choose the broadcast that you want. And of course, we're talking about this crack, unfortunately, crack and sugar. And then you put in your hashtag. Let's go over our quick trail mix. And then once we do, we can do the giveaway because some of you have already put in there hashtag health heroes. So good. Lashes Journey is saying nice. And look at David Hunt saying, we roll deep over here, Auntie Nia. Yeah, Giabert, how many different types of okra have you had? Pickled, sweet, I spit pickled, stewed, because I've had both of those. Barbecued, I haven't had it that way. Roasted, I have had it that way. And I've had it in succotash as well. So thanks you all for chatting it up with each other. We are about to go ahead and do our superhero giveaway. Once we do after we tell you about the trail mix, we'll do our faves hero giveaway. Right now, I only have about 4 people that have put it in. So if you already put it in, maybe put it in again because now it says 5 people. Okay. So let's get into the super easy trail mix. Remember, we said the sugar, the processed sugar is in the sugar is in the processed foods. So I do have chocolate chips, non-dairy chocolate chips. Enjoy Life. This is one of the most expensive brands. I try not to buy this one because it's so expensive. It's crazy. But I do use these chocolate chips. Then I also use sunflower seeds. These are pumpkin seeds. I'll show you these under the other camera so that way you all can see them pretty good. And the show is almost over, y'all. It's a 30-minute show. We're almost there. So there we have our pumpkin seeds. Then I like to put in any nuts. I didn't show you, I'm not showing you the walnuts today, but I do have today some pecans because in this trail mix, I have both walnuts and pecans. Then I showed you all these craisins, which is a dried fruit. There is added sugar. So this is where if I was eating whole cranberries, they would not have the sugar in them. And these are organic. Y'all see that sign right there where it says organic. However, when you look at the ingredients, it does have organic cranberries, organic cane sugar, and organic sunflower oil. Okay, so the ingredients are right. I'm not even going to show you because they're on the back, but I put these dried craisins in there. And Auntie Nia, thank you for putting in hashtag health heroes. And I like it. You said pecans are your favorite. Yes. So all we do is take some dried fruit, some nuts, we mix it together, and that is how we end up with a simple trail mix. Trail mix is something that you can feed your children, you can take to your lunch, your work lunch, as a snack. If you're working from home, have some in a small container, and you can enjoy your trail mix that way. It was a 30-minute show about 3 hours ago. LaQuita, let my people go. Okay, y'all, we got to do the Faves 100 giveaway. We've got to blend up the cheese sauce and melt the cheese. I think I can probably puree that right after I show you all the giveaway. Okay. Oh, Coach Mary Ma says that is awesome. Some awesome combination of delicacies in that recipe. Look, and this is about to be a cheese sauce for our macaroni because I've already cooked the noodles. I told you all instead of using those, packets of noodles where the packet has extra sugar in it, and sometimes the sugar is in the noodles, sometimes it's in the sauce packet. Read your labels, you all. That way you will know where you have the issues. Oh, good. Share with Love TV. Our Nigerians, we wanted you to win. So now that you're in there, I say let's go ahead and go with the giveaway. Now, Coach Mary Ma, you're our favorite Cameroonian, so we love you too, and hopefully you win. But let's go for it. Let's see who is today's Faves 100 hero. All right, we've got Rambo Green Hands, the Everyday Life of an OCD chick. Coach Mary Ma, Ani Nia, David Hunt. Coach Mary Ma, Rambo Green Hands, Ani Nia, David Hunt, the Everyday Life of an OCD chick. Wait a minute, I didn't see Share with Love TV. Hey, the J. Jordan Rambo. Whoa, thank you for sharing this video, the J. Jordan, because now you have shared the fact that Rambo Green Hands is a winner. Congratulations to you, Rambo. You are an automatic health hero. That means you are a plant-powered titan. You are the top hero that there is. Not just any hero, but you are a plant-powered titan. That means for today, honorarily, you've got 80 or more points from fruits and vegetables. Thank you for congratulating him, Ania. And for those of you all that feel like, man, I can't make it, don't worry. If you can't be like Rambo and Last Year's Journey, they're both Jamaicans. So, they're used to the rich life. You can be a superfood Avenger. Get in 65 or more points. And if you can't do that, well, there's another level. Be a Faves Crusader with at least 50 points. So thank you, Coach Mary Ma and Share with Love TV for congratulating Rambo Green Hands, who is saying vegetables and fruits all the way. That's what I'm talking about, right? So, all right, y'all, let's go ahead and puree these vegetables because the okra doesn't take long to soften up. So let's go ahead and get back to our easy, cheesy vegan mac. I've shown you all the simple trail mix. And so I'm going to go ahead and puree this. I'll add some cheese so that that can melt. And oh, Mr. Broccoli to the rescue. Exactly. And all of those cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, they have a special ingredient in them. Let me put this on this side. This is my immersion blender that I'm going to use to puree these vegetables right in the pot because I don't like to have a whole bunch of bowls and dishes and things in the way. So I will move this down here. So they have sulforaphane. All of your cruciferous vegetables, they have that sulforaphane, that strong cancer-fighting product. So, of course, that's what's in Mr. Broccoli. And Bravo Sheila is still congratulating Rambo Green Hands. So let's get on to what we're doing today, the Super Chef creation here. And, oh, you know what? I still have to show you all what our sponsor is doing here because we do have a sponsor that has sent us some stuff. We'd like to show it to you. So let's get into blending this, pureeing this. If you don't have this mixer, it is in our Amazon store. Go right to the website, superfoodparents.com, scrolling at the bottom of the screen right along with some of our sponsors. And that is where you will find our Amazon store. You can get your own immersion blender. It's quite affordable, under $100, plain and simple. Ooh, I better put some more water in here because this is starting to dry up a little bit. So I'm going to show you all the pan, and y'all will see the brown on the sides where it's like starting to get crusty a little bit. Okay, just about a 4th cup of water is all I put in there. And then I'm just going to use the immersion blender. And this is where if you have more carrots or yellow squash or butternut squash, it'll make it more orange. Like a cheesy sauce color rather than green. So this is super simple. I don't know if you all can see that the okra has given it some stretch, a cheesy like stretch. And then I'm also going to add some cheese slices. I have shredded cheese. Nice. See, David Hunt would never know there was okra in here. Super simple, just like that. And you know, the nice thing I like about this particular, I think I've said this before, this particular immersion blender has a safety feature on it so that you do not wind up accidentally turning it on. You do have to press one button before you press another button to blend. So that's a nice safety feature. It will it has an automatic cutoff. See, you're saying that looks so good. I know, right? So thank you so much, Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together. Remember, y'all, tune in to this particular channel. I'll be on there tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm putting in some of this smoked Gouda to give this a nice smoky flavor. I am going to turn this down a little bit because we do need our cheese to melt. And you know, I didn't show you this cheese, but I think I'm going to add in this other shredded cheese as well. This is the also Follow Your Heart brand. It's a mozzarella. So I'll add some of that, and trust me, this is licking good. My kids really like it. And Black Girl Getting Their Shift Together, thank you so much. Oh, she says you look pretty. That melanin is popping. I appreciate that. Now I also am going to add a little bit of salt, and I'm just going to stir this up and then throw in the noodles. Like, that's pretty much it. This dish is done. The only thing I don't like about the cheese is the packaging. They don't have an easy way to open these cheese slices or even to store them. So once I open this cheese, I have another bag that I keep it in. So let's just toss in a few more slices and then we'll stir it. And this is how I used to make it before. So if you still are using animal-based cheeses, animal-based cheeses, then you can still add all of these vegetables, because that is what I used to do. This is the way I used to make it. It's the same thing. So I did turn the fire down so that way this cheese will not burn, because you see there's some brown spots right there at the bottom of the pan. We don't want the cheese to burn. We just want it to melt. And then sometimes what I also do with this is I do add broccoli at the end. I don't puree the broccoli. It's just sort of like a topping. My kids like it that way. So yes. So I'm just adding in more cheese. That was a couple more slices. And as you see, it does have that stretch. I don't know if you can see the stretch, but that okra gave it the stretch, and it didn't give it too much of a green, David Hunt, and it tastes good. So this way it is finger looking good. Okay. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to add a pinch of salt, and then I will, it doesn't need any because of the liquid aminos. So I'm just going to put the lid on it. I might add a pinch of salt because the noodles aren't salted. But let's finish this up because, y'all, we're in overtime. You know, I always say it's a 30-minute show and then we go into overtime. So let's look at what's happening with our sponsors. We do have a sponsor this week, Trap Kink. When I say Trap Kink, these products, I'm just going to show you. If you saw the video that I put out about the sponsors already, then you might have seen, Trap Kink go across the screen. So let's just show you some of the products I have here. It's a hair product. It's a hair line. And these are plant-based. A lot of them are made with food. That's part of the reason why I'm bringing this up. That's part of the reason why I'm highlighting Trap Kink as a sponsor. So this is Daily Trap Cream, for example. After moisturizing your hair, your favorite liquid or water or an aloe vera juice in a spray bottle. Apply once or twice daily to the skin, nail, and nails as needed, and your hair from the roots to the ends. The ingredients are raw shea, um, Olea europea. I'm not familiar with that. I'm also not familiar with Semonsia or chinensis seed oil, cocoa butter. I'm familiar with that. Castor oil as well, jojoba oil, and what's this last one? Chadian chavi powder. Coach Mary Ma says she is ready. I'm going to show you what this cream looks like on the inside, okay? Because it's beautiful. This one is new. It's been piped in, and as you see, Trap Kink, the little label, and it smells really nice too. I can smell that cocoa butter. It has a nice mild smell. This one here by Trap Kink, they sent us this whole box, y'all. Coach Mary Ma is ready for a double portion, so I think I'm going to go ahead and put in the macaroni noodles because she's ready. This is the Daily Trap oil. You can use this from head to toe, and this has all natural ingredients, sweet almond oil, grapeseed oil, lavender oil, avocado oil. Trapkink.com is the website you would go to. So if you have hair, this is a wonderful situation from Trap Kink, our sponsor. Coach Mary Ma, while we're here, let's go ahead and finish this dish by tossing in those elbow noodles that I showed you. They only have 2 ingredients, even though it's a processed dish. They do not have any of the processed. They don't have any of the processed. I gotta shake this macaroni so it comes out. I added just a teaspoon of oil so that it would separate or stay separated, but that doesn't really work out that way. Boom. And we're done. We're done. Y'all, easy, cheesy vegan mac. I'm going to turn this down because it's done. The cheese is melted, and actually I can turn it off, right? And we can see if this is a winner with the kids. Coco, one of my daughters, she just left to go to her orchestra practice. She's in an elite band where they have to practice over the summer and all of those good things. And she just left. Okay, are you ready for a taste? Okay. All I need is for you to get something that won't melt because this is very hot. I'm going to turn it off. And bring a fork or a spoon. I guess a fork. Like bring one of those little plastic cups. They won't melt. Y'all, look at this. This is how it works, okay? And yes, Anania, I am saying trap kink. Like trap house, like trapping, like trapped. Yes. Trap kink. So this is it, y'all. This is the easy, cheesy vegan mac. I've shown you all the video before, the recorded video, but I always like to cook some of the things live so that you all can see that these are possible, right? So look, Black girls getting their shit together had no idea that vegan mac and cheese was made like this. It looks delish. You know what? Most people don't make it like this. Most people, all they do is they just take some milk, some vegan cheeses, and they make a cheese sauce. I'm the only person I've found where I will constantly add these vegetables in. But this is a more nutritious way to get it done. And so that's why I like it. And again, I used to make it like this even before I was making it with non-dairy cheese. So I'm going to put some into this little cup. And this way we can see if we can achieve a super clap sign off. If this is good, I didn't put any salt in it, Coco. I only put in the liquid aminos as a salty flavor. And of course, you all, I do love basil. I feel like basil and cheese go really, really well together. So if you like, you can always add some basil. A lot of people like to see a little bit of green herbs sprinkled on top of their foods. But, okay, we're going to hear what she says. Should I add the basil, Coco? Yes or no? And y'all tell me, should I add the basil? Say that again. It's just a green herb. You said no? Oh, thank you. She said, Trap Kink. I love that name. Yes. Trap Kink has sent us all these products. Oh, I heard it. We also have a chocolate trap treatment. Okay. Oh, you drank some basil tea last night because you have basil plants. I'm sure you're using their leaves. And we have Black girls getting their shift together saying, add the basil. Coco, how is it so far? She's shaking her head no.
I don't know.
Say that again.
I only ever had a basil leaf.
You've never had a basil leaf?
I only ever had.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? Dried basil, when you put in dried herbs, they tend to be stronger. And remember, dried herbs are like antibiotics. They help to heal you. They help to pull things out of your system and detox. So we're going to add a little bit. Say that again, Coco.
It's really good.
I can't hear you.
This is really good.
Y'all hear that? Nikki said add the basil. I did add the basil. Here, let me put a little bit in there that has the basil. So that way you can see if you even taste any difference, because I don't think you will. But what I do think is we have got the go ahead for a super clap sign off. Y'all heard her say this was really good. And just like that, it came together super simple and with okra. So y'all, let's get the clapping. This has been a wonderful day. Yep, the dried herbs are stronger when they're dried. Now, ask Nikki, the Everyday Life with No TD's chick, or some of these other gardeners, but they'll let you know. This is just my research. She had basil tea last night, but yes, when it's dried, it's like concentrated and it's powerful. Like dried oregano has a higher level of antioxidants and healing power than fresh oregano. I remember reading that in a report recently, because y'all know I love reading my reports. Even if it says true. Yep, the dried basil is stronger. All right, y'all. This is it. We are done. We can do our super clap sign off. As you hear, DJ Is has us going. So it's really good. No questions about it. Thank you all for being here. This has been a wonderful episode with you. Coach Mary Ma is saying goodbye. I'm just going to say goodbye as well. As your comments roll, I'll be behind the scenes, possibly tasting some food. All right. Enjoy your day and be a health hero for your loved one. Oh, you're welcome, Coach Mary. You are welcome. Lashes Journey. This is a good one. I'm sure your kids will love it. You will be a super food parent, Lashes, if you do this one. Hey, yes. Clap it up, clap it up. Thank you for a great episode. Thank you for that vote of confidence. Everybody likes to y'all don't forget, catch me tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Black girls getting their shit together. It's a juicy topic everybody's been asking about. I'm going to tell it all. Thank you, Nikki. Likewise, I'm always looking and lurking on your channel. So I love it. I love it. Saturdays, I love it. Between you and Hands in the Dirt. This is good. Take care, everybody.